Alright, so Black Flowers, this is one I wanted to share with you guys. I'm gonna just go through the sort of nuts and bolts of it, sort of chords, the riff and all that, and then afterwards, once I've done that, I'm gonna go to some of the sort of other licks and sort of fun stuff he does on other recordings and sort of some tips on how to play it, okay? So the first thing you've got to know is tuning, yeah? We are in standard, but we're gonna tune the A string down to a G, yeah? So that's it. Just tune this one down to G and you're sorted already. So we are starting on G, yeah? So what he's doing, he's got the sort of 3 open strings here, and he's just hitting on the, well, what is now our G string here, just like that, yeah? Later on he's gonna fret the high E, but he's not doing that just yet, so just... And this sort of motion here you want to get really used to, because he does this pretty much throughout the song, yeah? And not picking stuff, he's brushing. You've got to do this nice sort of soft contact. Sort of throughout the song I think you need to do this sort of soft, nice kind of... Now I'm just sort of muting the low E and the high E here, so just like that for a bit, and then we're going to get into the actual riff. So I'll just sort of go through it one time, and then I'll sort of do it slowly, yeah? So what's going on here? So just got a 12, 10, then up here we're going to go to the 15th, high E, and then we're going to go on the octave here, we're going to go, well, nah, it's just the same note, isn't it? Here, 5th of the beat, so that's the 8 to 10, yeah? And open beat, it's a pretty fun one, that one. So that kind of thing. So throughout he's hitting the bass note here, I'll just do that. So you want to learn it, sort of this riff first, then I'll sort of do it with the bass note here. So what's going on here is that if he's basically playing the bass note, he does, on the recording, he changes a little bit throughout. He sort of does a little bit, it sort of changes the rhythm a bit. But personally, I don't think it's really that important to sort of follow that. You can if you want to, just listen to it. But what he's basically doing is on the 1, the 2, and then 1, 2, and 4. So the and between 3 and 4 is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and I'm pretty sure he never plays the sort of melody notes at the same time. There's no like sort of pinching going on here, so it's... I think if you know the song well, it's a very repetitive song, more or less. Once you know how it goes and you know the notes, sort of where to play them, I think you will get into the swing of it pretty easily. Yeah? For a beginner, it might take some more time, but if you just count along with it, and 4, and it will start to make more sense. Yeah. So he does all that for a bit, and then we're going up here, going on the 7th fret, 5th fret. Now we've got the highs on the 3rd fret. So that's D. I'm pretty sure he frets the high a bit as well, but it's kind of hard to sort of, you don't want to be doing that. So just bar it all on the 5th string. Once again, you don't play these strings throughout the entire song. Probably just at the beginning, but none of this. Yeah, you could take it off if you want, but just all this. That's a C, or with the, some embellishments on it, obviously. And once again, we're back into that motion, yeah? So we've got the chords of what you'd say is the chorus, I guess. And then we're going to go on sort of the end bit, I guess, the coda. So he's here. So that, just imagine you're playing a regular A minor, just like that, except we've got, of course, the A string is now a G, so it's A minor over G. A very nice chord, or, if you want to be difficult. Or use that in your own playing if you're in standard tuning. It'd be like this. And then just back to our G. So, like I said, 3rd fret here, yeah? And he's going to do this for the rest of the song, basically. So that's it, we've got our opening, but he doesn't play that high here. And that's our whole song, basically. All those parts, you've got it down, yeah? Of course, it's quite a long song. It's like 5 minutes, and I think certain performances goes on to 6. But it's a lot of repetition, but once you get it down, it's a really fun one to play, especially if you're a beginner. Definitely good to get your timing sort of in check, and also it's a nice one to play on your own. So that's sort of the nuts and bolts of the song. I'm going to go into some of the other sort of embellishments he does. Now, on the live at 3rd Man recording? No, the blue one. He does a nice thing at the beginning. So this is like a solo performance he does. So he's at the beginning, which I think is really nice. So whenever I play this on my own, I really like that kind of. And what he's doing there is just he's sort of foreshadowing that A minor he's going to go into later. So the first part on the B and G. Then on the, so that's, 1, 2, then he's here. And on the middle strings is, so, and he's going to hammer on it. He doesn't pick onto it. And I said none of that picking stuff, but for this bit, you sort of need a little bit of attack. So I'll do it slowly. That whole thing takes up a bar, so if you time it right, you hit an A and then. It's a little bit tricky because, of course, the whole song you're doing this, then you're sort of changing your right hand position. But I think that's a nice one. And then I was going to say, throughout the song, when you're playing on your own, I think what's good to know is that sort of as he's playing, I know in my little performance at the beginning I was pretty rigid just on the A/G string and on the whatever string I'm playing the rhythm on, but actually he's not shy to sort of get some of the other strings there, and when he's up here, so you see what I'm doing there? Yeah, I'm sort of being a little bit loosey-goosey, not too much. Don't want to go crazy with it, but it sort of fills the song out a little bit, especially if you're playing around. On the actual recording, I think it's pretty rigidly, but when you sort of listen to the live recordings he does when he's on his own, just him and his acoustic, he is a little bit loosey goosey with it. So it's up to you. Like I said, it can sound a bit messy at times, but that might be kind of what you're going for. So I don't know. That might be what you want. So the last thing he does, back to this live at Third Man thing, he's doing his black flowers, and when he finishes it, he goes, what do you do? Like that. So what's going on here is pretty simple. There we go. So it's like on the second beat. Like that, yeah. And if you know the record, you sort of know what he's doing there. You know, on singing saw. Like that. So you sort of see, you know, same record, he's got a bit of inspiration. Maybe he's got it mixed up, I don't know. But for me, that's the song really. Hope that was useful for you, or at least someone. Just want to share that because it's one that I've been playing for about a year and a bit now, and I do really like it, and I thought, you know, I should start sharing them. And this is my first lesson as well, so, you know, any feedback is appreciated. If I'm a bit all over the place, forgive me. Nice one, lads. Enjoy this one.